able to come home. This was home for you.
Yeah, it's the first time I've been home in a year, so I was very excited to see my family and like wave through the windows. That was really nice.
So you're a wonderful merchandiser, and we'll get to that in just a moment, all of these fantastic products that you've helped to create. But you've also, as a businesswoman, you have had to overcome some obstacles. Let's talk about your story, getting into business in Nashville, Tennessee, and we'll work our way to present day.
So what I'll start by is the kind Poppy. I actually named it after my dad. So my dad, his name is Michael, but I've always called him Poppy ever since I've been a little girl. And my Poppy got sick 3 years ago, and he was fighting for his life. I'm an only child. We had just lived in Nashville for maybe 4 months, and he got that diagnosis, and I'm an only child and a daddy's girl. And so I felt really called to do something even when I was home in Nashville. So I started making bath bombs. And I know it was so random, but I just started making bath bombs as a medical fundraiser. Had no idea I was going to start a business or an enterprise nonetheless. And to this day, I have now made 70,000 bath bombs by hand. And I get to help other charities and people like my dad. And it just makes me feel really good and like I'm doing something with my life. And
at the same time, the bath bombs are actually helping the recipient because they're amazing, and especially your work, ensuring that it's all, there's no cruelty involved with testing and creation and such.
It's definitely a win-win.
Yeah, no doubt. An ethical movement that you've been undergoing here. Now in Nashville, you had a storefront, and then that tornado came through.
Yes, it did. 2020 has been really hard.
It's a hard year, no doubt.
I know it's been hard for everyone, but it's been incredibly hard for me and in Nashville. And yes, so March 3rd, my business was hit by the Nashville tornado. And that was really hard to process because you never think that will happen to you.
Oh, no. Right. Somebody else.
Yeah, you always see Nashville disasters on TV and your heart goes out to them, but I've never actually had to go through something before. So that was crazy. And then I had been sick for about 8 months. I was going in and out of the hospital. I was having intense migraines. So 2 days after the tornado, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And so that was really hard for me as well. So it was like two things happened in 2 days.
Yeah. And then it gets better. Let me fill you in, Then COVID comes. And we know how important family is to you. You can't visit with family. Customers aren't coming out. Streets are empty. That can do a lot to one's mental health, can't it?
And I've always been a huge, huge advocate for mental health. And I think, utilizing To Write Love on Our Arms and the National Suicide Hotline. I'm always sharing stuff like that, but this is definitely a year that we need our family, we need community.
Absolutely.
And the tornado happened, and then being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and then being cut off from all of your friends and family. Like I said, I haven't been home in a year. So I'm very excited to be here. Again, thank you for having me. But to get our story out, to know that no matter what you're going through, you can still have your dreams, your desires, your hope, and you are worthy.
Absolutely.
And that was a huge thing for me, too, to know that you are worthy despite what the world.
Amen.
You want to throw in the towel sometimes, but that's when you have to fight.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like we always say, tomorrow will be better. There is, a silver lining to everything, and you will find it. And the outpourings of support, I can't help but to think that it's just come full circle and come back to you. You've done some remarkable things now with some well-known individuals in Nashville.
I still pinch myself a lot.
Yeah, so talk about some of those working relationships that you've had.
Yeah, so one of my really good friends, he is the drummer for Tyler Rich, and I'm not a huge country fan, but I will say he's really good. Check him out. He's #3 on the charts, but we got to develop a relationship with him, and his wife Sabina is an actress. She's on LA's Finest, and she's come and she's done a lot of support. We had the second best day of sales when she came in and just simply shared it to her story. So I think that's really cool too. Like, your voice has an impact, no matter if you're a stay-at-home mom blogger or you are of influence, your voice matters. So I just want to really share that. I've got to work with Ivana Lynch and Daniela Monet. They're big Nickelodeon and Harry Potter stars. So
you're
again,
kind of a fan. Yeah.
Yes.
You told me.
Yes. So I definitely pinch myself because I grew up around corn in Southern Illinois, and every time I see someone, and Carrie Underwood goes to our church. So it's just so cool.
That's great. I was looking over some of your creations, and again, all meant to ease the mind and relax the body and such. And you were talking about the particular soap out here, the Tennessee whiskey, and this was a Chris Stapleton connection. Talk about that.
So we are located in Franklin, Tennessee, and in Franklin we have this place called The Pilgrimage. It's the coolest concert, the biggest names come, Leon Bridges, Toby Keith, like all these amazing people. My favorite was Jack White. That was so cool. But Chris Stapleton was here, and I love a good theme. And so I made a Tennessee whiskey and strawberry wine in honor of his song.
There
And we
you
got
go.
to give it to his wife, Morgan. And
that.
she was so beautiful and so sweet. So we've had that for 3 years now because it's such a staple and such a neat thing when you come to Tennessee.
There you go. And you said it reminds you of what?
Oh, like a hot man giving you a hug, which is
hot
never a
man.
bad thing.
It's never a bad thing. You know, it's also great. You've had to reinvent the wheel a little bit. You know, you still invite people to shop. You still invite people to place those orders online. But you were reinventing the wheel. You learned about contactless deliveries.
Yeah.
Talk about doing
So,
that.
like I was telling you earlier, I really feel like no matter what you're going through, always look for the silver lining and always look at it as an educational time. You know, so when the tornado hit, I could only do online sales. So I went in, I started doing, you know, online courses, looking at analytics, marketing, conversion, like anything I could do to help my online. So when COVID hit, I was already kind of a month and a half into that.
Great.
So when all my other friends in our area were struggling and didn't know what to do, I was kind of, you know, already had the ball rolling for that. And then I was able to help some of, you know, my local artisans and friends. So I definitely feel like no matter what you go through, always look for the silver lining.
Very good. Just get up and keep going. I think that's a big part
You
of
just
it.
have to fight for it.
Yeah, and some of these products help you do that. Talk about what you've developed and what you see selling well, and what is it that your customers want?
Well, I'm known as the bath bomb girl.
Yes.
So again, I started a business out of just pure chance to help my dad, but I've made 70,000 bath bombs to date. This is my top seller. It's the Wild Rose and Hibiscus. I've been in numerous subscription boxes. My dad and I, he was out of the recovery hospital for about 6 months. And we drove to Colorado to drop off 5,000 bath bombs. And he calls himself a proud poppy. So that's been really fun.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm definitely known for the bath bombs and then the soaps. And when you come to our store in Franklin, there's so many neat things. It's environmentally friendly. It's good for your body.
Yes.
I went to school for cosmetology and got my degree in cosmetology sciences. And I realized just how much our bodies are exposed to chemicals.
No doubt, yeah.
And so, you know, just the way the world is, that's why it's kind. It's kind to the environment, it's kind to your body. And no matter what your budget is, you can have something that's good for you.
That is awesome. And you do give other independent labels and such a place to put their products and such too. So that's wonderful. And then I think the other thing, the beautiful thing is that with each purchase, you get that packet of the poppies, and you know, you're just spreading kindness.
Yeah, just a simple
everywhere.
reminder to grow some kindness and spread it around like confetti.
I love that. So here's the deal. You know, if you're sitting there and you're discouraged, and we've all been hit and hit again, and you have to get up and you have to keep going, because I tell you what's on the other side when there's stories like yours, it's just absolutely amazing. And congratulations.
Thank you. And I do feel like if you go through something hard, you'll have those hard days.
Yes.
You will have those hard days, but I didn't realize how many people were watching me that I had no idea. And I would get messages saying, you helped me seek treatment, or you helped me see that there was light at the end of the tunnel. And it's comments like that that just warm your heart. It's more than bath bombs or soap or a business. It's just community, and it's so nice. So no matter what you go through, you have a chance to change your outcome.
We wish you the very best, and if the Spiel can help out at all, you let us know.
Oh, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and we'll be right back.